Figma Make has been a very potent tool that has transformed a lot of work that we do as designers. Is it really going to replace prototyping as we know it today? Is it the tool that you want for the high fidelity stage of your design? This is what I'm going to address today with you by presenting you with facts, showing you everything that's possible so you can make an informed decision. If you stick with me till the end, you're going to discover some hidden amazing tools that may actually give you the speed of prototyping that you would like to have. I'm going to use a mobile application created by one of my students, Daryl McNeese. As you can see here in this page, Daryl has gone the traditional route of connecting every piece of his design, of his visual design, in the standard Figma prototyping way in order to achieve the prototype he likes to have. You can see he started by creating an animation in a splash screen here, and slowly the user would be able to proceed through the app and move through different stages. He prototyped states like error and success states in order for the user to log in and reach the first page of the app. Now let's start with this simple prototyping splash screen. This is a really cool effect for a mobile app. Let us attempt to prototype the same splash screen animation in Figma Make. I highly recommend that you pull out your own application and you try to duplicate the same steps that I'm doing so you get a real feel of the time it takes to create these things. After all, we're trying to see if this is going to make you more efficient. Now, one thing that you will notice that is significantly different in Figma, the moment I select a screen, under Prototype, there is a new button that has been added, which is Send to Figma Make. This button is an invitation from Figma for us to start leveraging Figma Make for prototyping. And that's part of the signs that have been indicating that maybe this is what we need to do. I will select both splash screens. I still have access to that button. I'm going to show you later when you don't have the access. Send to Figma Make. You will see a new tab has opened, and now both my screens are right here giving context to Figma Make of what I'm trying to create as I enter my prompt. Now this takes a significant time to load, and the result is kind of different. If I show this on mobile again for you to see it, this is how the animation looks like. It's kind of very different from the desired result that Daryl has created just with a few clicks in Figma Design. So is it really worth it to do this in Make? Is the question. The biggest problem with all these AI tools is accuracy. In previous videos, I've showed you how I've leveraged Figma Make to create fantastic proof of concepts. When we're doing concept testing or trying to test an idea, Figma Make is fantastic. But when it comes to your final design, where the quality matters, where you're not looking just for generic outputs that look alike, when you need something that you have designed, screens that you spent hours connecting to your design systems, is Figma Make really the best tool for you? Many are claiming that prototyping is dead. I'm personally not a big fan of those clickbaits. Let's look right now at a scenario where you have 4 simple screens that you want to prototype with Figma Make to see if that actually works. First, how long is it gonna take you? Second, is it going to be accurate the way you would like it to be? So what I want us to attempt to create is this simple 4 screens of the app. Simple interactivity where you have vertical scrolling, you can move between the different tabs, and when you're on the scoreboard, you're able to dig deeper into a secondary page and click the back button. We're going to send this to Figma Make. Now what I want you to notice here is if I select up to 3 screens, I can see Send to Figma Make. However, the moment I select 4 screens, I can no longer see Send to Figma Make. There's something else, but I'll talk to you about it later. So for now, I'm deselecting the 4th screen so we can send these 3 screens to Figma Make. That by itself is not practical when we're talking about a whole design that may contain up to 10, 15 screens, let's say. And that's smaller than many of the apps you all are creating. How do we connect those different pieces? If I wanted to connect these 3 screens with the splash screens that I had before, it's very hard to merge 2 Figma Make prototypes. I will have to eventually prompt with a screen within the same Figma Make. Keep adding screens one at a time for me to achieve my full prototype. I want you to try that. I did, and I don't think it is practical. Because even to create these 3 screens, it took a very, very long time. And now I'm going to show you the result. The result that we received looks like this. Yes, definitely it has carried the feeling of the app, but it is missing so much context. On an iPhone, you would never have that scroll bar right here. It is scrollable, all right, but you don't see the scrolls. But that's very natural when you're working with AI. It's very inaccurate. If we compare it with our desired prototype, it's night and day. It's definitely not what I want. So again, this all depends on what are you trying to achieve. If what you're looking for is just a proof of concept, then that's great. It doesn't matter to you the final look, and you can generate it with Figma Make because speed is more important when you're testing a proof of concept or a mid-fidelity prototype. Then it doesn't matter that we didn't get the icons or we didn't get the exact design. But if your desire is to create your final high-fidelity prototype, right now, Figma Make does not provide you that possibility. It takes so long to get accuracy from your initial designs. Stick with me because I'm going to show you a wonderful Figma AI feature that will allow you to connect your screens so fast. And that's a fantastic win. But it's not yet Figma Make. Mind you, in the recent schema, Figma has discussed so many future releases that they're going to have about MCP, Code Connect, so many other things that probably, once they're all in place, you may come closer to accuracy. If your goal is to publish your app in Figma Make, if your goal is to have that final code, then yeah, maybe it is worth prompting further and further refining your screens and making sure you get it exactly what it is because your goal is to have that final code. But if you're a designer working in a big company where your goal is to have a high-fidelity prototype that you can hand off to your developers and product managers to show how your product functions, then Figma Make is not the tool at this stage of the design. For me, Figma Make has been wonderful at the discovery stage when creating quick concepts to test with users and stakeholders. But when it comes to visual design, high fidelity, accurate visual design, it's definitely not there yet. Will it be in the future? Maybe. But for now, nothing is dead. So what can we do? How can we leverage other Figma features? Do you remember that Add Interactions button right there? It's Figma AI capabilities to add interactions anticipating your screens. Look at that. It allows you to preview it as soon as it creates it. And it animates beautifully as you move between the different screens. It definitely got it. Look at that. I hope this video showed you for a fact that AI cannot replace you yet as a designer. Stay inspired. And if you're interested in getting the latest of the industry in product design, UX, UI, and Figma, I've made it my mission to show you that. Feel free to subscribe and click the all notification button in order to be notified when new videos come your way. How are you using Figma Make? How are you prototyping? I would love to hear from you in the comments. Thanks for watching.